Welcome back, Myco listeners, to Season 3 of the Mushroom Network podcast. It's your host, Nova, here to guide you through another spore-tacular season of fascinating fungal discoveries, community updates, and vibrant myco magic. Now, before we dive into today's incredible lineup, let me take a moment to update you on everything happening behind the scenes at TMN. Much like the mycelium, we've been quietly working in the background, spreading, connecting, and building stronger networks for our amazing mycology community. First off, let's talk Fungal Frontiers. We're thrilled to report that our beta testing phase has been a resounding success, thanks to the incredible feedback from our dedicated testers. You've helped us cultivate a truly out-of-this-world mycological adventure, and we can't thank you enough. For those yet to embark on this journey through the infinite mycoverses, fear not, we'll be opening our doors soon. And speaking of doors, TMN-Social, our mycology-centric social site, is about to get some major updates. These upgrades are designed to take your myco community experience to the next level, making it easier to connect, learn, and share with fellow enthusiasts. And for all the cultivators out there, TMN Marketplace is undergoing some exciting changes. We're thrilled to announce that soon you'll be able to get your hands on our premium cultures, golden wine caps, red wine caps, and a robust lion's mane strain that we've been refining. But wait, there's more. With a full lineup of virtual and in-person events planned for this year, we're also offering a variety of oyster mushroom cultures, including pink, white, gold, King Oyster, and even a few surprise strains we'll reveal soon. As you can see, TMN has been busy growing, innovating, and bringing more fungi-focused resources to our myco patrons. And just like that, we've wrapped up the TMN News and Updates segment of the Mushroom Network podcast. Myco listeners, it's time to pass the mycelial mic to our mycological dream team, the dynamic duo who bring fungi to life with their knowledge and passion, Myco Capman and Mira Fungwell. They'll be your guides today as we journey through some captivating myco deep dives. And let me tell you, this episode's lineup is nothing short of spore-tacular. Here's what's on the menu. First up, we'll uncover the wonders of oyster mushrooms unveiled, cultivation, nutrition, and beyond. These versatile fungi have so much to offer, and we'll explore every delicious, nutritious, and cultivatable detail. Next, we'll delve into the fascinating world of fungal intelligence with the silent thinkers, how fungi make decisions and solve problems. Prepare to be amazed by the unseen brilliance of these incredible organisms. And finally, we'll close the show with an electrifying segment from Mycoverse Productions, featuring some of the Mushroom Network's freshest, funkiest fungal tunes to leave your spores grooving. So grab your favorite mushroom-infused tea, find your coziest spot, and get ready to embark on this Season 3 journey filled with curiosity, community, and, of course, a whole lot of myco love. Without further ado, Myco Capman and Mira Fungwell, the floor, or should I say, the forest floor, is all yours.
Welcome back, myco listeners. Ready for another deep dive with us here at TMN?
Absolutely.
Today we're all about oyster mushrooms. And you sent in some fascinating stuff for us to unpack.
You know, what's caught my eye right away is just how many kinds of oyster mushrooms there are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whites, pinks, yellows, even king oysters. That's a lot of variety.
Yeah, I admit I'm most familiar with oysters from like the grocery store produce aisle.
Right.
To think those are just one type is pretty wild.
Yeah.
What makes these other varieties so special?
Well, each has its own distinct look, of course. Pink oysters are known for their faster growth and a little peppery kick. King oysters, on the other hand, are the heavyweights. They can get huge and have that dense texture that makes them a popular meat substitute.
Okay, that alone makes me want to branch out. But I'm also really curious about the ecological side of things. For example, did you know that oysters are saprotrophic, meaning they break down dead wood? It's got to be super important for forest health, right?
Absolutely. They're nature's recyclers.
Yeah.
Helping to decompose those fallen logs and branches, turning them into nutrient-rich soil. And that brings us to one of my favorite topics, the mycelium.
Ah, yes, the mysterious underground network.
Right.
TMN described it as the mushroom's hidden powerhouse.
Yeah.
What's so fascinating about the mycelium, besides the fact that it's, well, hidden?
It's like the communication and transportation system of the forest.
Oh, wow.
These thread-like strands connect different trees and plants, enabling them to share nutrients and even send signals. Some scientists call it the Wood Wide Web, which I find quite a poetic name for it.
Wood Wide Web, I love that. It's amazing to think about this whole underground world teeming with life and connection. But it's not just about forests, is it? TMN also mentions that oyster mushrooms have potential in mycoremediation. What exactly does that mean?
It essentially means using fungi to clean up environmental pollutants.
Okay.
Oyster mushrooms, in particular, have shown promise in breaking down things like oil spills and even certain plastics.
So we're talking about harnessing the power of mushrooms to help heal the planet.
Exactly.
That's incredible. It definitely makes me look at these humble fungi in a whole new light.
It speaks to the remarkable capabilities of the fungal kingdom, and oyster mushrooms are at the forefront of this exciting field.
Now let's shift gears a bit to something I know a lot of our listeners are keen on, home cultivation. TMN really emphasizes that oyster mushrooms are a great choice for beginners. Why is that?
They're quite adaptable and can be grown on a variety of substrates, including straw, hardwood sawdust, and even cardboard.
Wow.
Plus, the process itself is fairly straightforward, even if it might sound intimidating at first.
So walk us through the basics. What are the essential steps involved in cultivating oyster mushrooms at home?
You'd start by selecting your substrate, then pasteurizing it to eliminate any competing organisms. Next step is introducing the oyster mushroom spawn, essentially mycelium-infused grain or sawdust. And then you provide the right environment for it to colonize and eventually fruit.
Okay, so you mentioned pasteurization. Does that involve using a pressure cooker like we do for canning?
That's one method, yes. But TMN also details an alternative method that I find quite fascinating. Cold water lime pasteurization. It involves soaking the chopped straw in a lime solution for 12 to 24 hours.
Wow.
The high pH of the lime water inhibits contaminants, making it a pretty low-tech but effective way to prepare your substrate.
Hold on, lime water, like the stuff we put in cocktails.
Not exactly. We're talking about hydrated lime, also known as calcium hydroxide. It's a bit different from the kind you'd find at a bar.
Got it. So we've prepped our substrate, introduced the spawn. What happens next?
That's where the magic of incubation and fruiting comes in. You need to create a suitable environment, typically a dark, humid space, with temperatures between 15 degrees C and 30 degrees C, depending on the species. Think of it like mimicking the natural conditions where oyster mushrooms thrive. Warm, damp, and with a steady supply of nutrients from the substrate.
It's like creating a little mushroom haven right in your own home.
Yeah!
Once the mycelium has colonized the substrate, what's the next step?
You introduce light and fresh air to encourage fruiting, and then the real fun begins, watching those tiny pins develop into beautiful oyster mushrooms.
This is all sounding very DIY friendly. But what if our Myco listeners want to take their cultivation skills outdoors? Does TMN have any suggestions for outdoor variety?
They do. They specifically recommend wine cap mushrooms, sometimes called garden giants, for outdoor cultivation. These are hardy, soil-enriching fungi that are perfect for integrating into your vegetable or flower gardens.
Wine cap mushrooms, what a cool name. How does outdoor cultivation differ from the indoor methods we've been discussing?
Instead of containers, you're creating mushroom beds directly in the garden.
Okay.
Choose a shaded spot with good drainage, prepare the beds with wood chips or straw, and inoculate them with wine cap spawn.
So it's kind of like planting a regular garden bed, but instead of seeds, we're using mushroom spawn.
You could say that. And just like any garden, you'll need to maintain moisture, protect it from pests, and be patient. Wine caps can take several months to produce mushrooms.
So it's a longer-term investment, but the rewards are pretty awesome. Beautiful, edible mushrooms and a healthier garden ecosystem.
Right.
It's a win-win.
Exactly. And what's fascinating about wine caps is that they actually improve the soil as they grow, breaking down organic matter and adding nutrients. It's a symbiotic relationship that benefits both the mushrooms and your garden.
This is all so exciting. We've covered so much already.
Yeah.
The diversity of oyster mushrooms, their ecological role, the basics of both indoor and outdoor cultivation.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, we are. The world of mycology is vast, and there's always more to learn. Thankfully, TMN offers a wealth of resources for anyone who wants to dive deeper. They have educational courses, a YouTube channel, articles, and even a lively community forum where you can connect with other myco enthusiasts.
That's right. And for those just starting their mushroom journey, TMN has a free introductory mycology course that covers all the fundamentals. It's a great way to build a solid foundation and get comfortable with the basics.
And for those wanting a more immersive experience, there's their premium course, Spore Explorer Home Mycology Adventures. It dives deep into more advanced cultivation techniques. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned grower, TMN has something to offer.
It's amazing to have such a comprehensive resource for all things mycology. But for now, let's take a quick pause to absorb all this incredible information. We'll be back soon with even more fascinating insights into the world of oyster mushrooms. Don't go anywhere, Myco listeners.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of oyster mushrooms.
You know, as we were talking about all the amazing things these mushrooms do, cleaning up pollutants, enriching our gardens.
Right.
It made me wonder about another aspect.
Uh-huh.
What about their nutritional value? Are they good for us?
You've hit on a key point. Oyster mushrooms aren't just versatile and eco-friendly, they're also nutritional powerhouses. They're low in calories, fat-free, and packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Break it down for us. What kind of nutritional benefits are we talking about here?
Well, first off, they're an excellent source of protein. Especially for those following a plant-based diet, they contain all 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks our bodies need but can't produce on their own.
I have to admit, I never thought of mushrooms as a significant source of protein.
Right.
That's impressive.
It's true.
Wow.
They're also a great source of fiber, which is crucial for digestive health and helps regulate blood sugar levels. And let's not forget those B vitamins like niacin and riboflavin,
Right.
which play key roles in energy production and brain function.
Wow, so we're talking about a mushroom that can fuel our bodies and our minds.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, they're rich in minerals like potassium, phosphorus, copper, and iron, all essential for healthy blood pressure, strong bones, and efficient oxygen transport.
This is all sounding pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You also mentioned antioxidants earlier. What's their role in oyster mushrooms?
Antioxidants are like our cell's defense system.
Okay.
They help protect us from damage caused by free radicals, those unstable molecules that contribute to aging and various diseases.
Right.
Oyster mushrooms contain powerful antioxidants like ergothioneine and selenium, which have been linked to a reduced risk of chronic diseases like cancer and heart disease.
So we're not just talking about a delicious and versatile ingredient.
Yeah.
We're talking about a potential health booster as well.
Precisely. And it gets even more interesting. For centuries, oyster mushrooms have been used in traditional medicine, particularly in Asia, for their immune-boosting and anti-inflammatory properties.
Now that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So what does modern science have to say about these traditional uses? Has research backed up any of those claims?
Yes, actually. Studies have shown that certain compounds in oyster mushrooms, like beta-glucans, can enhance immune function. They do this by stimulating the activity of macrophages and natural killer cells, which are our body's first line of defense against infections.
So these little mushrooms are packing some serious immune-boosting power. What about the anti-inflammatory properties?
Those are also quite impressive. The high concentration of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds in oyster mushrooms can help reduce inflammation throughout the body. This, in turn, may lower the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes.
It's amazing to think that something so simple and delicious can have such profound effects on our health.
It speaks to the incredible potential of the fungal kingdom, and we're really just beginning to understand the many ways mushrooms can benefit our well-being.
Given all these health benefits, it seems like we should all be incorporating more oyster mushrooms into our diets.
I couldn't agree more. And the great thing is, they're not just good for us, they're incredibly versatile in the kitchen, too.
That's right. We touched on this earlier, but let's dive a bit deeper into the culinary side of things. What are some of your favorite ways to enjoy these delicious fungi?
One of the things that makes oyster mushrooms so popular is their delicate flavor and adaptable texture.
Right.
They can be sautéed, grilled, roasted, or added to soups and stews. They really soak up flavors beautifully.
I personally love them in a stir fry.
Yeah,
They pair so well with garlic, ginger, and soy sauce.
absolutely. And because of their meaty texture, they're often used as a substitute for meat in vegetarian and vegan dishes. King oysters, in particular, are great for mimicking the texture of scallops or even pulled pork.
Okay, now you're making me hungry. Any other oyster mushroom recipes you'd recommend to our listeners?
Well, a classic oyster mushroom soup is always a winner.
Yep.
Sauté the mushrooms with onions, garlic, and your favorite vegetables. Then simmer them in vegetable broth. Add a splash of cream at the end for extra richness if you like.
That sounds delicious. What about something for those who are feeling a little more adventurous in the kitchen? Any unique or unexpected ways to use oyster mushrooms?
I've seen some pretty creative recipes out there. Oyster mushroom tacos are becoming quite popular. You sauté the mushrooms with taco seasonings and serve them in tortillas with all the usual toppings.
Now that's a plant-based twist I can get behind. What about oyster mushroom jerky? You ever tried that?
I have. It's a surprisingly delicious and healthy snack.
Wow.
Perfect for on the go.
You've officially convinced me that oyster mushrooms are a culinary all-star. But it's not just about the taste, is it? They're also a very sustainable food source.
Exactly. We talked about their role in microremediation,
Right.
but they're also incredibly efficient to cultivate. They require less water and energy compared to many other crops.
And their ability to grow on a variety of substrates, including agricultural waste, makes them a great way to reduce waste.
Yeah,
It's a win-win for our taste buds and the environment.
precisely. And this brings us to another interesting aspect of oyster mushrooms, their economic impact.
Okay, so how do these fascinating fungi fit into the bigger economic picture?
Well, the global market for oyster mushrooms has been growing steadily in recent years, driven by increasing demand for healthy, plant-based foods. They're a staple in many Asian countries, particularly China, where they're cultivated for both domestic consumption and export.
So we're talking about a mushroom with global appeal.
Absolutely. And in Western markets, the popularity of oyster mushrooms has been fueled by the rise of veganism and the growing interest in alternative protein sources.
That makes sense. They're a delicious, nutritious, and sustainable option that aligns perfectly with those trends.
And for small-scale farmers, oyster mushrooms offer a fantastic opportunity to generate income with relatively low startup costs.
So they're not just a culinary treasure, they are an economic powerhouse as well.
They are. And their potential in both the food industry and the field of environmental remediation is just beginning to be explored.
It's really exciting to think about all the possibilities that lie ahead for these incredible fungi.
It is. And while we've covered a lot of ground today, from cultivation to culinary uses and global impact, there's always more to learn and explore.
That's all right. Before we wrap up, I have a question for you. We've talked about how relatively easy oyster mushrooms are to grow at home. What do you think is the most compelling reason for people to give it a try?
That's a great question. I think there are several compelling reasons. For one, it's incredibly rewarding to witness the entire life cycle of a mushroom. From those tiny spores to the beautiful fruiting bodies, it gives you a deeper appreciation for the wonder and complexity of nature.
It's like bringing a little piece of the forest right into your home, watching those incredible organisms grow and thrive.
Exactly. And beyond the personal satisfaction, there's the element of sustainability. By growing your own mushrooms, you're reducing your reliance on commercial agriculture and minimizing your environmental footprint.
Plus, you have complete control over what goes into your food.
Right.
No pesticides or questionable growing practices. It's as fresh and local as it gets.
And let's not forget the sense of empowerment that comes with growing your own food. It's a skill that connects us to a long tradition of human ingenuity and resourcefulness.
It's like tapping into an ancient wisdom, harnessing the power of nature to nourish ourselves. But it's not just about the food itself, is it? It's about the process, the connection, the learning experience.
Absolutely. And for those who are interested in exploring the potential medicinal benefits of mushrooms, home cultivation allows you to experiment with different species and preparations.
It opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Yeah.
You touched on something really important earlier, though, that sense of wonder and appreciation for nature. In a world where we're increasingly disconnected from the natural world, cultivating mushrooms can be a powerful way to reconnect and rediscover the magic that's all around us.
I couldn't agree more. Witnessing the resilience and adaptability of fungi is a humbling experience. It reminds us that we're part of something much larger, interconnected in ways we're only beginning to understand.
So to all our Myco listeners out there, we encourage you to embark on your own mushroom growing adventure. Whether you start with oyster mushrooms, wine caps, or any other fascinating fungi, we guarantee it will be an enriching experience. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of oyster mushrooms. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing those amazing fungi. When we return, we're stepping into a whole new realm of fungal fascination. Get ready to explore the unseen brilliance of fungi as we dive into the silent thinkers, how fungi make decisions and solve problems.
These incredible organisms might not have brains, but their ability to adapt, strategize, and thrive is nothing short of extraordinary.
So, don't go anywhere. There's a lot more myco magic coming your way, right here on the Mushroom Network podcast. See you after the break.
You know, there's something magical about mushrooms. Imagine this. You're in your kitchen watching a cluster of golden oyster mushrooms bloom on your countertop. Their delicate caps and earthy aroma promise a gourmet meal that's not just satisfying but deeply nourishing. Growing your own gourmet mushrooms is more than a hobby. It's a connection to nature and a celebration of health. But mushrooms don't stop at just flavor. Functional varieties like lion's mane, turkey tail, and reishi are wellness powerhouses. They've been helping us support our bodies for centuries, from boosting cognitive function to strengthening immunity. And then there's the frontier of fungi that's truly reshaping science: psychedelic mushrooms. These extraordinary fungi are helping researchers unlock the mysteries of the human mind and consciousness. Studies on psilocybin are revealing profound insights into mental health, offering breakthroughs for conditions like depression, anxiety, and PTSD. But here's the thing. Whether it's gourmet, functional, or psychedelic mushrooms, integration is the key. It's not just about growing or consuming them, it's about understanding their place in our lives, our health, and even our perception of reality. So, with that thought, let's transition into our next Myco deep dive. The silent thinkers. How fungi make decisions and solve problems. Stick around. This next segment is sure to open your mind even further.
Welcome back, Myco listeners, to another Myco Deep Dive segment here on TMN. You know, when we talk about intelligence, we usually picture, like, brains, complex nervous systems, the whole works. But what if I told you that out there? Right under our feet, there's a whole kingdom of organisms making decisions, solving problems, thriving, all without a brain in sight.
It's true. Fungi, they're incredible. They've been around for over 1 billion years, quietly shaping our world in ways we're only beginning to understand. And the way they make decisions, well, it challenges our very definition of intelligence.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. We know fungi don't have brains like we do. So how on earth are they making choices and figuring things out?
The key, it lies in their unique structure. Imagine a vast interconnected network of tiny threads called hyphae, spreading through the soil, weaving themselves into an intricate web. This network, it's called mycelium. It's the fungal equivalent of a nervous system, a decentralized intelligence where every part plays a role.
So instead of having one central command center, like a brain, fungi have this distributed intelligence across their entire network.
Exactly. Each tiny hyphal tip, it acts like a sensor, picking up information about its surroundings, nutrients, moisture, light, even the presence of other organisms. And here's the fascinating part. These hyphal tips can communicate with each other, sending signals through the network, sharing information, coordinating their actions.
So it's like a giant underground communication network, with each part contributing to the overall intelligence of the organism.
That's a great way to put it. And the more we learn about this communication network, the more amazed we are by its complexity. Researchers have actually measured electrical signals traveling through mycelium, similar to the way neurons fire in our brains.
Wait, so fungi are sending electrical signals to each other. That's wild. What kind of information are they sharing?
It's still an area of active research, but we know they're sensing and responding to a whole range of environmental cues. They can detect the presence of food sources, identify obstacles in their path, and even sense the presence of potential threats.
So they're not just mindlessly growing, they're actively sensing their environment and making decisions based on the information they gather.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can do this without a centralized brain, it's truly remarkable. It challenges our assumptions about what intelligence looks like and how it can manifest in nature.
All right, so we've got this incredible network of hyphae, constantly sensing and communicating. But how does this translate into actual problem solving? Can you give us some concrete examples of fungi in action?
Absolutely. One of the classic examples is the slime mold maze experiment. While not technically a fungus, slime molds are fascinating organisms that exhibit similar behaviors. Researchers placed slime mold in a maze with food at the exits. And incredibly, the slime mold was able to find the shortest path to the food, effectively solving the maze.
So even without a brain, these organisms can find efficient solutions to complex problems.
And it's not just about finding food. Fungi have been shown to navigate obstacles, adapt to changing environments, and even exhibit a rudimentary form of memory.
Hold on, memory. You're saying fungi can remember things. How is that even possible?
There's evidence fungi can avoid areas where they've previously encountered toxins, even after the toxins are gone. It's not like conscious memory as we experience it, but rather a form of cellular adaptation.
So their experiences are somehow shaping their future behavior.
Exactly. It's thought to involve something called epigenetic changes, where the environment can actually alter the way genes are expressed without changing the underlying DNA sequence.
That's incredible. So fungi are constantly learning and adapting, fine-tuning their responses based on their experiences.
It's a remarkable example of how intelligence can arise from simple rules and interactions within a complex system.
This is also fascinating. It really makes you realize that intelligence isn't just about having a big brain. It's about being able to effectively interact with your environment, solve problems, and adapt to change. And fungi are masters at doing just that.
It certainly challenges our anthropocentric view of intelligence and opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for understanding how life can evolve and thrive.
Okay, before we get too lost in the mycelial maze, let's take a step back and explore why this matters to you, our listeners. What can we learn from these fungal problem solvers? And how can we apply these insights to our own lives? But first, quick word from our sponsors.
Calling all mycology enthusiasts, dive into TMN-Social, the ultimate online hub for everything fungi. Connect with fellow mushroom lovers, share your myco adventures, and explore a thriving community dedicated to education, cultivation, and the wonders of mycology with exciting updates on the way. TMN-Social is evolving to offer you an even better platform to learn, grow, and engage. Whether you're a seasoned mycologist or just starting your journey, there's a place for you here. Join the myco community revolution today because the best networks are built on mycelium. Visit now themushroomnetworks.com. Again, that is the Mushroom Networks with an S.com. It's fun, it's free, and it's all about mycology.
Hey there, Myco listeners. Did you know that the Mushroom Network has released over 1,000 songs inspired by fungi, mycology, and the magic of the mushroom world? From psychedelic vibes to bass drops that resonate through the mycoverse, our music is crafted to fuel your foraging, cultivating, and cosmic explorations. And guess what? We're not stopping anytime soon. Our in-house studio, Mycoverse Productions, is always busy creating fresh fungal beats and innovative sounds. You can explore our fungal music playlists on the Mushroom Network's YouTube channel, including a special lineup of tracks inspired by the cosmic adventures of Fungal Frontiers. But that's not all. The Mushroom Network is also streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, and so much more. Wherever you listen, the spores are always grooving. So, tune in, vibe out, and let the Mushroom Network be the soundtrack to your myco journey. The fungi never stop growing, and neither do we.
Welcome back, myco listeners. Before the break, we were talking about how fungi, these incredible problem solvers, could change the world for the better, and I don't think we're exaggerating there.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the science.
Yeah.
But the potential applications of fungal intelligence are truly mind-boggling.
Absolutely. Let's start with something we all care about, the environment. Fungi are already being used in a process called myco-remediation, where they basically clean up polluted areas.
Okay, I've heard of that, but remind me, how does it work?
Well, fungi are nature's decomposers. They break down organic matter,
Prove
and
it.
turns out they're not too picky. about what they decompose. Scientists have discovered certain fungi that can break down pollutants, like heavy metals, pesticides, even oil spills.
So, instead of using harsh chemicals or expensive machinery, we can enlist the help of fungi to clean up our messes.
Precisely. And because fungi can adapt and evolve, they become even more efficient over time. Imagine a future where contaminated sites are remediated naturally thanks to the power of fungi.
That's a future I can get behind.
Right.
Their potential goes beyond cleaning up pollution.
Right. Think about sustainable materials. Mycelium. That network of fungal threads. It's incredibly strong and versatile. It can be grown into different shapes and densities, and it's completely biodegradable.
Wait, so you're telling me we could grow furniture and building materials out of mushrooms?
We're already doing it. There are companies using a mycelium to create packaging, insulation, even furniture and building bricks. It's lightweight, fire resistant, and when it reaches the end of its life, it simply decomposes back into the earth.
Wow, that's a game changer for the construction and packaging industries. Imagine a world where our homes and products are made from sustainable, fungal materials. It's like something out of a science fiction novel.
It's becoming a reality. And if we shift our focus to agriculture, the potential of fungi is just as exciting. Remember those mycorrhizal networks we talked about earlier?
Yeah, the underground fungal networks that connect to plant roots.
Those networks are much more than just nutrient delivery systems. They're communication highways, allowing plants to share information and resources.
Plants are talking to each other. Using fungi, that's incredible. What are they saying?
It's not language as we understand it, but they're sending chemical signals through the network. A plant under attack by pests can warn its neighbors through the mycorrhizal network, giving them a chance to mount their defenses.
So it's like an early warning system for the plant world, powered by fungi.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And it goes beyond defense. Plants can also share nutrients through these networks, helping each other thrive. It's a beautiful example of symbiosis and cooperation in nature.
This all points to an awe. Much more interconnected and complex the web of life than we ever imagined. Fungi are not just passive organisms. They're active players in these ecosystems, shaping the world around them.
And by understanding these fungal networks, we can learn to work with them to create more resilient and sustainable ecosystems. We can use fungi to improve soil health, enhance plant growth, and reduce our reliance on harmful chemicals.
It's a radical shift in perspective, from seeing fungi as something to be eradicated to recognizing them as partners and creating a healthier planet. But before we get carried away, with all these amazing applications, there's one question that keeps nagging at me.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Do fungi have some level of consciousness? I mean, we've seen their problem-solving skills, their adaptability, even hints of memory. Is it possible that there's something more going on beneath the surface?
It's a question that pushes us to the very edge of our understanding of life and intelligence. And to be honest, we don't have definitive answers yet. But the fact that we're even asking the question is a testament to how much fungi have challenged our preconceived notions.
Right. We tend to think of consciousness as something that requires a complex brain. But fungi are showing us that intelligence can manifest in unexpected ways.
Exactly. And the more we learn about these intricate fungal networks, their communication systems, and their remarkable problem-solving abilities, the more we have to reconsider what it means to be intelligent, what it means to be aware, and what it means to be alive.
This entire conversation has been a roller coaster of mind-blowing revelations. It's changed the way I look at the world beneath our feet. But for now, let's step away from the deep philosophical questions and transition to something a little lighter.
Yeah, I think our listeners' brains could use a break after all that fungal pondering.
So, for all you music lovers out there, get ready for some fresh beats as we shift gears and dive into our next segment, Myco Beats. We'll be exploring the intersection of music and fungi, showcasing artists who are inspired by these fascinating organisms.
Stay tuned for some groovy tunes that'll keep those mycelial networks humming.
We've been on quite a journey today, exploring the hidden world of fungal intelligence, haven't we?
We have. We've seen how these incredible organisms make decisions, solve problems, and shape our world in ways we never imagined.
From cleaning up pollution to growing sustainable materials, the potential applications of fungal intelligence seem almost limitless.
It's true. It's truly a paradigm shift, recognizing fungi not as passive organisms, but as active partners in creating a healthier planet.
But amidst all these practical applications, we can't ignore the deeper questions that fungi raise.
No, we can't. The questions about intelligence, consciousness, and the very nature of life itself.
And that's what we want to leave you with today, Myco listeners. A final thought, a seed of curiosity to plant in your mind.
If fungi have been around for so long, quietly shaping our world and exhibiting such sophisticated behavior,
What else might they be capable of that we haven't even discovered yet?
it's a good question. What secrets are they still holding? What other ways might they be communicating or adapting?
Could there be even more complex forms of fungal intelligence out there, waiting to be uncovered?
It's certainly possible. It's a humbling thought, realizing how much we still don't know about these incredible organisms.
But it's also an exciting prospect. The fungal kingdom, it's full of mysteries. And as we continue to explore,
Who knows what mind-blowing discoveries await us?
so keep those mycelial networks humming, Myco listeners. Stay curious, keep exploring. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to unlock the next fungal secret.
And now, for all you music lovers out there, get ready for some fresh beats as we transition into our next segment, Myco Beats, where we explore the fascinating world where music and fungi collide.
Stay tuned for some groovy tunes, inspired by the incredible organisms we've been exploring today.
Until next time, keep those spores spreading.
Planets hum a hypnotic guise. Dreamscapes harmonize. Bass, bloom, shrooms in tune. Whispers from echoes shake the mushroom tune. Myco beats make planets. Spores vibrate, clouds collide. Earthquakes by fungal waves on cosmic tide. Galaxies and shrooms can fungal frontier unifies. Multiplies, shrooms collide, a cosmic prize. Shroomscapes harmonize. toils uncoil, spawning spores galore, life's endless royal. They finesse and bless, from polar chills to equatorial caress. Colorado peaks to Arcadian creeks, portals they form in nature's mystique. Hypogeous beings unseen yet grand, gesundheit's growth across the land. Resilient, reburious in every domain, pneumonious breaths, life they sustain. Actin seats weaving unseen threads, in the tapestry of life their essence spreads. Mushrooms, the underground network thrives. Mushrooms where hidden life derives. Mushrooms and mycelial ties are strong, alien wonders in earth song. Like eight-legged architects from the gecko's kin, substrates they embrace, landscapes they win. Conquerors of verdant terrains, reaching Mars through pines' remains. Flavors akin to artichoke's heart, a bold bite, a culinary art. Soft as jellyfish glide, substrates morph, landscapes wide, extraterrestrial forms beneath our feet, earthly aliens in silent beat. In future realms, mushrooms helm the helm, troopers in clusters breaking new ground's realm. Unearthing soils, their toils uncoil, spawning spores galore, life's endless royal. Mastering stress, they finesse and bless, from polar chills to equatorial caress. Colorado peaks to Arcadian creeks, portals they form in nature's mystique. Hypogeous beings unseen yet grand, gesundheit's growth across the land. Resilient, reburious in every domain, pneumonious breath, life they sustain. Hypogeous beings unseen yet grand, gesundheit's growths across the land. Resilient, reburious in every domain, pneumonious breath, life they sustain. Astronaut reef, low trout network thrives. Mushrooms where hidden life derives. Mushrooms and mycelial ties are strong, alien wonders in earth song. Like eight-legged architects from the gecko's kin, substrates they embrace, landscape they win. Conquerors of verdant terrains, reaching Mars through pines' remains. Flavors akin to artichoke's heart, a bold bite, a culinary art. Jellyfish glide, substrates morph, landscapes wide, extraterrestrial forms beneath our feet, earth Come feel the living beat, trance and dance, feel the golden whistle call, an eagle fly around my way into the great shroom circle. Stress creating a something, one of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. It unlocked the first happiness. Apple syndrome is when little feelers first start and stretch. Free my spores. Free my spores. One of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. It unlocked the first happiness. And now the carbon fiber loom that is my spacesuit bends over me latently as I skip stones across the clear jade stress. Dusted black mother pearl with smooth underwater drapery, baby yellow lamp halo shining on me with the first spore. It unlocked the first happiness. Free my spores, 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 free my spores. Let free my spores. Let free my spores. Let my mind gone. Free my spores. Knit until tracking spiritually, rhythm taking spirits. Yes. Click my sage, stop with strewn strings, free up. Come. En el corazón, arriba, abajo, salsa. Sí, ándale. Free my sports, 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 free my sports. Let it go. Free my sports, free my sports, free my sports. Let it go, free my sports. Time reversed is one of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. Let me free my mycelial network. Come feel the living beat, trance and dance, feel the golden whistle call. An eagle fly around my way into the great shroom circle. Stress creating something, one of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. It unlocked the first happiness. Her syndrome is when little feelers first starting to stretch. Free my spores, free my spores, free my spores. One of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. It unlocked the first happiness. And now the carbon fiber loom that is my spacesuit bends. Limbs upon spacesuit bends over me latently as I skip stones across the clear jade stress. Dusted black mother pearl with smooth underwater drapery, baby yellow lamp halo shining on me with the first spore. It unlocked the first happiness. Free my spores, 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 free my spores. Let's free my spores, free my spores, free my spores, free my spores. I'm lying gone, free my spores. Mental tracking, spiritually, rhythm taking spirits. Yes. Stop with strong strings, free up. En el corazón, arriba, abajo, salsa. Sí, ándale. Free my spores, 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 free my spores. Let it go, free my spores. Let me free my mycelial network. Come feel the living beat, trance and dance, feel the golden whistle call. An eagle fly around my way into the great shroom circle. Stress creating us something, one of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. It unlocked the first happiness. Rapper syndrome is when little feelers first starting to stretch. Free my spores, free my spores. One of the first tickle things to unlock it in my mind. It unlocked my first happiness, and now the carbon fiber loom, that is my spacesuit bends. Over me lately, I skip stones across the clear chase stress. Dusted black mother pearl with smooth underwater drapery. Baby yellow lamp halo shining on me with the first spore. It unlocks the first happiness, 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 happiness. Free my spores, 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 free my spores. Let free my spores. Let free my spores. Let my mind go and free my spores. Knit until tracking spiritually. Rhythm taking spirits. Click my sage stuck with screw strings, free up. En el corazón. Arriba, abajo, salsa. Sí, ándale. Free my sports, 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 ow. Free my sports, free my sports, free my sports. Let it go.
Cold water flows, hydrated lime in air. The straw's prepped, no heat to spare. Nature's rhythm, a symphony of spores. A dance begins on mycology floors. Dunk the straw, let it soak in time. A pasteurization groove, oh it feels sublime. No steamy stacks, just a chill embrace. Fungi's secret in this peaceful space. Cold water pasteurization, a lime-infused beat. Straw prepped and primed, fungus treat. Moving to the rhythm, the spores take their flight. Cultivation magic in the pale moonlight. Hydrated lime, it's the star of the show. Kills the mold, lets the mushrooms grow. A farmer's hack, a cosmic twist. The fungal world's alchemist. Bucket stacked, the process flows. Nature's workshop where wonder grows. Mycelium dreams woven in the straw. Life finds a way, fungi's law. Cold water pasteurization, a lime-infused beat. Straw prepped and primed in fungi's trace. Into the rhythm, spores take their flight. Cultivation magic in the pale moonlight. From golden oysters to shiitake flare, this method supports them, grows them with care. Lime and water, a team divine. Fungal harmony in a rhythmic line. Cold water pasteurization, a lime-infused beat. Straw prepped and primed, fungi's draped. Into the rhythm, spores take their flight. Cultivation magic in the pale moonlight. So grab your lime and set the stage. A cold water groove in the fungal age. With every beat, the spores align. A harvest awaits, a moment to find.